One at a time, and we're just going to go numerically. You will be permitted to approach the vehicle. If you want to get in it, you can get in it.
An amazing moment in the Tex McIver murder trial. The judge lets the jury not only see the SUV where Tex McIver shot his wife Diane, he allowed them to go inside the SUV and sit in the back seat where Tex McIver fired that .38. Now, no cameras were allowed to photograph the jury taking a look at the SUV, but our photographer, Jefferson Cochran, was there, and I spoke with him about it when he got back from court today. Describe the scene for us.
All right, we're in a concrete sally port where they bring in prisoners.
What was the process? How did they do it?
The jurors went up one at a time. Each juror took about a minute and a half. Some jurors took as long as 2 minutes. Some got in all 4 doors. Some only got in 2 doors.
They were allowed to sit in each of the 4 seats.
Yes.
Any notable reaction from any of the jurors?
No, it just seemed like they were just looking at another car.
So now the jury clears out and then the media is allowed to examine the SUV?
Absolutely.
What struck you about what you saw inside?
Follow the dowel. Because of the placement of the armrest with the door closed, it would have been impossible for you to have the gun like this and match up with the dowel. But if you turned your hand either like this or the other way, laying it flat like this, either side, it matched up perfect.
The defense version and explanation of how that gun had to be was consistent with your own examination of the scene.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw the whole thing. Yeah, it was perfect.
Unbelievable. Now, all the evidence is in. Closing arguments are scheduled for tomorrow morning. Earlier tonight, my legal dream team, Emory law professor and trial attorney Randy Kessler and defense attorney Meg Streckler were here, and I asked them to give us a mini version of a closing argument for each side. Closing arguments tomorrow morning. We're going to have our own closing arguments tonight. We've got our legal dream team here tonight. Prosecution gets the last word. So, Randy, you're up first for the defense.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege to represent Mr. Tex McIver, and I thank you for your time, your patience, your consideration, and for your verdict of not guilty. What was it? You know what it was? It was an accident. And we don't have to listen to everybody else. We can listen to the people that were there. We can listen to Tex McIver, said it was an accident. We can listen to the driver, Danny Joe, accident. And the victim, his wife, said it was an accident. An accident is not murder. An accident is an accident. It's not murder. They're going to say he planned this? Is he really better off now? Is that how you plan a murder? Do it with somebody there that can witness it? You're right next to a hospital? It doesn't make sense. He didn't plan it. Now, is his life better off? Did he murder her to put himself in a better position? Oh, sure. Now he's on trial for murder. He's being accused of all these things. He doesn't have his wife. Why would he do this? But the bottom line is, they have to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. And beyond a reasonable doubt doesn't mean, yeah, we convinced the jury that he more likely did it than not. There has to be no reasonable doubt. There's tons of reasonable doubt. Remember that when you're deliberating. And please return a verdict of not guilty, which is a verdict of the truth. Thank you.
All right, Meg, your turn for the prosecution.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You got to listen to the facts. All of the facts here are the truth. Do guns just go off by themselves? No. Can you inform intent in 2 seconds? Yes. Would that equal malice murder? Yes. Do you remember an opening when we heard the number 6? 6 stories, Tex said that evening. If there was facts, you wouldn't have to tell 6 different versions. Why? Why didn't we call 911? Why are we calling our lawyer? Money was the motive. The key to freedom, key to get rid of the nagging. They drank that night. She'd spent all weekend. He was tired and tired of her. How many times, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard of any story ever of someone falling asleep and shooting somebody? In a car or anywhere else? The story doesn't fit. Why? Because it's not a fact. He wanted to maintain his image of wealth and power, and he used the facts that you will hear in this trial to return a truthful verdict of guilty.
All right, you can ask me and my legal dream team about the trial live every weeknight at 7:30 on our 11 Alive Facebook page. You can also stay caught up on all the big developments on our special section of 11alive.com/Tex McIver trial. Closing arguments tomorrow morning.